I've been shooting this Hoyt GMX 3 Series riser for just about 2 weeks now, along with these Axia Foam Limbs, and I want to share with you some of the things that I've discovered over the past couple of weeks, and I'm also going to finally shoot them and score with them at 70 meters. As you can see, I have a camera down range, so you'll be able to see the impact points the entire time. So like I said, I've been shooting this GMX 3 Series for a couple of weeks now. I've put it through a fair amount of testing and done a lot of different measurements on this bow and really just paid attention to it, kind of like I haven't paid attention to many other risers before. So I found a lot of stuff out that I want to share with you and I want to show you as to what I think about what's going on with the system, because some of it is definitely a little bit concerning. And as a consumer who spent, $800 basically on this bow, I definitely wish things were a little bit different. Also, same kind of things in regards to the Hoyt Axia limbs. They're about the same price point. I think they're actually more expensive than the riser, and I found some issues there as well that I want to share with you too. Before I do that though, I have a couple of updates on the channel, a few different things that I want to announce. Apparel is back. I'm wearing one of the old designs, but Ryan helped me update this design that he originally came up with. Made it a little bit bolder so it works on a lot more products. And I have a Zazzle store linked in the description below that has much higher quality prints. I have a few new designs out there and lots of different products that things are on, like water bottles and mugs and things like that. So if you wouldn't mind, please do check that out if you're interested in any of the apparel that I used to have. And you don't see one of those designs up, please comment below and let me know what your favorite design was, so that way I give focus and attention to those designs that people actually want to see come back. Also, as you can see, I'm wearing a Lancaster Archery Supply hat. I finally have a deal arranged with them in regards to affiliate links. So in any video that I'm shooting equipment or doing anything that I'm using, I will have links in the description below to the products that I'm using in case you're interested in grabbing or checking them out. Please do click that link. It genuinely helps this channel out, and if you are already buying products for archery, you can help support this channel by clicking that link and just going about your normal shopping. Very excited to be able to link up with Lancaster Archery Supply. They're the biggest distributor in the US and arguably around the world as far as how many products they do carry and send and sell around the globe. So I will include links in the description below for this GMX 3 Series, the Axia limbs, my sight, plunger, stabilizers, the whole nine. I'll make sure it's all down there in case you're interested and curious what I shoot. Now before I shoot, even though I'm already warmed up, I'm going to try to keep this brief so I don't cool down too much, because it is actually a fairly cool day here in Florida. I'm wearing pants because I think it's only a high of 68 degrees. It's amazing. It's a lovely change. So what I found is a few different things on this bow. One of the main things, because I was struggling with keeping my limbs aligned, I was concerned with the stabilizer bushing. And when I look really, really closely at the stabilizer bushing, I can see that it's actually off-center relative to the center line of the riser itself. And it's also off-center relative to the recessed area that is machined into the riser that it's supposed to accept the bushing. So something happened here. I'm not quite sure what. I am going to reach out to Lancaster Archery because I bought the riser from them and see what they'll do. Maybe it's just a defect and a mistake and they'll take care of me and swap this out. I would sure hope so. If I was a consumer, they would do something similar, because not just is the stabilizer bushing off center in the front, I'm also noticing the bushings in the back here, especially the one behind the grip, is also off center, and the machining itself is off center too on the back side of the riser where these slopes come into play. And you can visually see where the lighting changes on this machined surface in the back here, that there was some sort of shift during the machining process. Not sure why or where it came from. Whether that came from fixturing or a cam issue, I'm not sure what, but I can clearly see some things have shifted on this bow. I even see it a little bit in the bottom tiller bolt. The bottom tiller bolt is also slightly off-center. It's off-center relative to the recessed area that it is machined, right, in the pocket itself. And it's also off-center relative to the bushing right above it. Limbs are adjustable as far as in the pocket, left and right, and so you can take out just about everything. So this bow ended up looking fine, shooting fine, and feeling fine, but the quality control just may be lacking a little bit as far as that's concerned. So I do, like I said, have some concerns there. Also, I did mention that I wanted to talk about the Hoyt Axia Foam Limbs. I originally thought that those two plastic details, the divots on the ends of the limbs, were potentially a very good idea. And I did like them because it was better than Hoyt's old sticker system that just fell off the riser the first time you adjusted the draw weight when the limbs were strung. And it's better than just bare paint because paint seems to fail from Hoyt for whatever reason, especially in the clear coat, the gloss clear coat that is, not necessarily the matte clear coat, which these limbs are matte. So I was excited to see those. But as I mentioned after the last video where I actually shot and tuned these Axia limbs, if you haven't seen that, I'll put links in the description below and a card at the top up there. Basically, I saw that they were crushing. The claimed Delrin pieces, I believe they were claimed to be Delrin, which I would assume were machined, but it's not. They are molded pieces that are inserted into the limb. They were crushing. And I found that I'm having a very, very hard time keeping these limbs aligned in this bow. Things are shifting a considerable amount. I can set it up, align it, and go shoot it for a little bit, come back, and it's not the same. I can, set it up, shoot a bunch of arrows, align the limbs, shoot a bunch of arrows, make sure everything's dead set, shoot some more arrows, let the bow sit for a while or whatever, come back, and the limbs are off. I don't know what's going on, but based on my eye and what I see, when the bow is unstrung as well as strung, I can see an uneven amount of distance between the tip of the limb, the actual limb, and the tiller bolt surface. So those plastic things potentially are crushing at uneven amounts, and I'm not super thrilled about that either. If it was me, I may consider just popping those things out and shooting the limbs bare and dealing with whatever happens to the clear coat, because I don't want my limbs shifting as I'm shooting. Definitely affects a lot, and yeah, I just wouldn't want to see that, personally speaking. So, with all that being said, I still like it. The bow feels good. It's very dead in the hand. Just doesn't jump very hard, what I like to see, ideally, but it is what it is. The finish on it is very nice. It's very eye-catching, eye-popping, and the risers, and the limbs, rather, sure feel super smooth. One of the smoothest limbs I felt personally through the clicker. Very easy to draw and to get through the clicker, personally speaking. So, and they don't have that weird feel like some of the Ukas do that are very easy to get through the clicker as well. These are just fairly standard as far as how limbs feel. They're very, very smooth. One more thing I forgot to mention on this bow that I've noticed is, if you remember in the review video where I was tuning it, you could hear the limbs creaking or cracking sometimes when I was pulling it back. At least I could. And what I've noticed is it doesn't do it after you shoot an arrow, but if you let down and you pull back again, it makes a noise. So if I shoot and then I draw back, no noise, but I just let down. Hear that? That click? Now, if I shoot, no noise. Let down, click again. So I don't know what that is, but it's just something to note that I have noticed on this bow. It's repeatable. Every single time I let down, if I pull back again, it'll click. Sometimes it clicks twice, sometimes it's louder than others. Today it sounded like it was coming from the upper pocket. The first time I discovered this, it was coming from the lower pocket. So, just some feedback. I'm not quite sure what's going on. So if Lancaster decides to warranty this bow and exchange it, I'll be sure to let you know. And it sure seems like, after talking to them very briefly, they're going to confirm with each other that there may be an issue with this particular riser, so they're going to exchange me a new riser because of the issues that I'm seeing here. So it may not be common, it may not be on every bow, but it happened on my bow, and Lancaster at least is taking care of me. So I'm very happy for that. And I can't thank them enough because I paid for this riser and I sure wanted a good one. So now that I'm all cooled down after warming up, unfortunately, I'm going to shoot an end or two here at 70 meters and get warmed up again, get sighted in, and shoot at least 36 arrows, if not a 72 arrow round for score here at 70 meters, because I haven't shot these limbs out of this bow at this distance and gotten a score yet. And if you have a GMX 3 series or the Axia limbs and you've shot them for any period of time, please do comment below and let me know if you've noticed any of those issues yourself. It's not really something that I believe is common for people to constantly check their limb alignment, so you may not even notice it. Sights are adjustable, and generally speaking, you'll still hit the target just fine. but I'm curious if anybody else out there has noticed some issues like that I'm seeing here. Gotta move up a little. My sunshade has sagged a bit. I gotta tighten it back up. So now I'm at 69.5 meters. That was my fault. Pushed on that one way low. I feel like my brace height might be off. It's making a funny noise. Nope, dead on. Got a little bit of wobble today on the limbs, a little bit more than I have felt over the past couple weeks for whatever reason. So I'm not sure. I'm going to shoot one more end here to make sure I'm sighted in decently. And while I'm shooting, I'll keep moving the camera in different positions each end so you can check out the bow or my form from different views. As good as it's gonna get, I think, as far as the sighting in is concerned. Just have to do my job and shoot better shots here at 70 meters. So like I said, and I don't know if you can hear it, but I can sure hear it, the bow feels a little wobbly per se. Like the brace height's off sometimes. Definitely when I don't shoot the best shot in the world, or it's a slightly different shot than the others, I'm getting a bit of an audio feedback in regards to what I'm feeling in the bow itself, which is, you know, normal to be expected when making, you know, less than ideal shots. So I'm glad the bow's given not just actual feedback in the way it feels, but audible feedback too. Because sometimes when you make mistakes, sometimes you don't realize that you made a mistake, right? And so sometimes having the bow telling you, hey, you shot it different, something's wrong, reanalyze your shot and make sure it wasn't you, it gives you a little bit of a cue to make sure, hey, could actually have been your fault as to why that arrow didn't go in the middle or whatever. So I'm happy that I'm getting some feedback from the riser and the system itself. It's just a little spongy for what I personally like to feel. So next time I'm gonna start for score and see how it goes. Not a good way to start. Just realized I'm wearing a barebow shirt and recurve here. Don't hate on me. Sure, I have a tendency to toss them left today. Man, I think I'd be shooting 90 meters with that kind of score, but 49 to start? Yeah, 49 to start. So That's, I think I have my work cut out for me today. Keep moving my sight. Keep hitting high. At 53 on that second one. The right one was definitely me, a slow release, and the high one, that high up release. I just haven't had time to have Heather work on my shoulder yet, so capsule's still a little bit tight, but it's feeling a little bit better. I've been doing a lot more stretching. Wasn't that bad of a shot, but it sure made a different sound on that one, so you could really hear it. Obviously it went high, so I did something different, so, you know, that's what I mean by the sound being important. My sight's rattling. I've had this Excel for forever. I think this is the first Achieve sight that I got from Excel, probably before they even launched it. Starting to vibrate. I don't know where to tighten it up, but I sure need to adjust it or figure out how to adjust it because it's kind of annoying. All right, 55 on that one, so that's better. Trending in the right direction. Thinking about why I should let down, and then it clicked. It is not my day today. Wind caught that one. All right, well, 49 again, I think. There's two that are close to the 9.8 liner, but I think they're both out. So today I'm really struggling, just overall stability-wise. For whatever reason, I'm very unstable. Things are moving all over. Timing's inconsistent. I think a lot of it has to do with travel. Did go overseas very recently and visited Austria. Popped over there for about a week of time and did some fun things. So definitely feeling jet lag a little bit, and it's very much so affecting me. I'm not used to having jet lag and the effects of it. So I think that's part of what's going on today. All right, so now is the fifth end. That was a great shot. Something that I try to tell some of my students is you have to celebrate the good shots as much as you highlight the bad shots. If you're always pointing out the bad ones and really dwelling on those, you better be dwelling in a good way on the good shots. A little fast. Uh, 54 on that one. Moving that clicker in a tiny bit helped a lot with the timing. It's going a lot too quick, way too quick. And I was making a lot of bad decisions on shots there, shooting them too soon. Oh my goodness. I'm glad that hit in the red. Alright, well, I think I'm going to call it quits because it's only going to stay the same or get worse from here as I get tired. My shoulder still needs some work and I'm not going to push it as far as that's concerned. It's definitely contributing to this, but also, like I said, the jet lag is a bit of concern at the moment. The final score there, that was a 56, and let's see, I have to add this up because counting backwards isn't going to work. It's too low. 49, 53, 55, 49, 54, and 56. So 316, that is one of my, if not the lowest score I've ever shot here on camera for you at 70 meters. So I'm not very proud of that. That's rough. So definitely not the bow's fault. That is my fault. I shot like absolute hot garbage today, and it is yeah, it's shocking. I need to work on a lot actually. Now the bow. I told you that there was a few things, you know, a little bit concerning with it, and it feels good. I'm just not at the level that I want to be or used to be in order to be able to maximize what this bow is capable of. I believe that the tune was pretty close and was just fine, as much as it could be, relatively speaking, with the issues that I found with the stabilizer bushing being off center, you know, the plastic pieces on the Axia Foam Limbs crushing at uneven amounts, and what have you. There's a lot of moving things going on in this bow, and I'm just really not satisfied with how things, after shooting them for only 2 weeks of time, have really come to light. Also, after shooting this for, like I said, 2 weeks, I'm not very thrilled either with the durability of the Cerakote. For what I'm told, I thought Cerakote was supposed to be very, very durable, very, very abrasion resistant and resistant to scratching. But this one, for whatever reason, is a relatively soft coat. Maybe it's put on too thick, and then that's the actual problem. That could be what is going on, because I've got a gouge here on the corner of my riser. I've got scratches on the back of the surface of the riser where I was sitting it down on a soft wood table surface. You know, just maybe moving things around, and also there's just marks all over the riser where the coating is having some issues, and I'm not really thrilled with the overall durability of the finish of the bow itself. Like I said, maybe it's put on a little bit too thick. It's better than paint because it's not chipping off, like, you know, huge amounts of it flaking off. Between the possible machining issues, quality control issues, or whatever else, and the limb movement from possibly the plastic Delrin pieces, or maybe other factors that I'm not sure of, I'm not thrilled with the quality that I'm getting for the price I'm paying. I think it's a high quality riser. It has the potential to be great, but I think it needs a little bit more. I think for the price that was spent, a little bit more care could have been spent on certain things. You know, maybe I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just very easy to see. Maybe I'm paying more attention to things these days. I think both of those things are probably true. So being able to share a bit more insight as to what I'm seeing and possibly what is causing these things is what I plan to do in the future. So even just feeling the bow like this, and this might be something you want to do, just a simple test at home with your stabilizer screwed in the bushing, just feel like this from both sides, and I can feel that this side of the stabilizer is sticking proud, high of the surface relative to this side. So that's telling me and confirming to me that the stabilizer bushing is in fact off center. I don't think it's done on purpose. I think something happened in either the assembly phase of the riser or the machining phase of the riser. Not sure which, no way for me to know. But I can only share it with you. Overall, it looks real sharp. It definitely is flashy. I like the color. I like the finish on the limbs. The ideas of the features I think are good, but I think some of the execution on some of those ideas could use some more time. With that being said, and even though I just showed you some of the flaws on this riser and things that I'm seeing, these types of risers and bows that I do review and have in stock, I will be offloading, and so you should keep an eye out on my website, jkaminski.com. If you haven't yet, sign up for the mailing list there, because as I post risers, used equipment, and launch new products, I will email you. I won't blast you emails all the time. It will only genuinely be for product announcements, or possibly if I'm putting up used gear for sale on the website. So if you like this video, please do consider sharing it. Hit that notification bell down below. Genuinely, those things help this channel out. I don't operate any other social media, and I rely on you, my viewers, to spread the word to other people. And also consider supporting this channel. There's many different links in the description below. If you're going to buy archery products, like I said, you can just buy through that link that I have posted there to Lancaster Archery Supply. Go about your normal shopping, and I do get a bit of an affiliate bonus there when you use that link to shop. Remember, I bought this bow, this riser, and these limbs to review to give you unbiased feedback that's not tainted in any way, shape, or form. If I do receive any equipment for free from somebody, I will be sure to let you know in the video and tell you that I got it for free, but I only do that under one condition, that I am only honest in my reviews. But otherwise, if I'm buying the equipment, I'm going to review it and post it online for you to see. I can't thank my supporters enough. Genuinely, I would not be able to do this channel, at least to this level, without you. So thanks.